Well, it's been a long time, but we're back. I'll give you a quick little tech tip. If you're like me and you've got multiple vehicles, you kind of tend to struggle to keep up with what you did and when you did it and what parts you used and all that fun stuff. So, what I've started doing is I have binders. Every vehicle has its own binder. You can see this is the Tahoe, there's my Suburban, and this is the crew cab. Now, there's ways you can do this in the computer on spreadsheets, and I've tried that. And ultimately, I forget to update the spreadsheets. So having a handwritten binder is just way handier for me. I label the edge, so if I put it on a shelf, I can see it. The front is just the general information on the truck. I thought about doing this on a computer and being fancy with it, but it's just me, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I keep a pin in the front of them so I can see. This is parts I've got. I need to do a better job with this. I'm going to actually do a separate inventory list, but this was my original binder, so that's the one that got that. But as you can see, I've got it categorized by engine, transmission. On this one, I had way too many organizers, so it's just kind of silly. But I've got trans, my tunes. I make notes to myself when I make a change to the tune. Drive chain changes, chassis, body, interior, and wheel and tire. But like I said, this is just way too much. So on the Tahoe and on my Suburban, these are just from the dollar store. That's why they're wild colors. Doesn't really matter as long as I can see them different. Once again, you can see I've got my pin in here, and then just a lot more simple organization. Engine, transmission, exterior, interior, and my chassis changes. So, what products I'm using, part numbers. As you can see, I like to use AC Delco or Delphi whenever possible. Transmission changes, just for notes for myself. We've got exterior changes, interior changes, and then chassis, which I haven't done anything to the chassis on this truck. On the Suburban, I have notated like replacing bump stops and shocks and things of that sort. Mileage would be super handy, but since I typically doing these at night and just at the end of the day, I don't really think to notate the mileage, but that is something I am going to try to do in the future, so I don't just have the date of when it's done, I'll also have the mileage of when it was done, so I can look back in here and see what was done. Some people may want to do like the front, just the basic maintenance. I have seen some of my friends do that, where they'll have a page where every maintenance, rotation, balance, all that is notated in here. But just a simple little way to remember what you've done, when you did it, and why.